I am a commercial photographer. And what is that exactly? So I specialize in business brand photography, lifestyle, corporate events, and luxury property. I have close to 10 years experience now, and I would say I enjoy most helping people see the best in themselves, because a lot of the time they come to see me for whatever it may be, a brand shoot, personal branding shoot, and you can see the fear in their eyes. So I feel like I help not only take good pictures of people, but also help with people's self-esteem. And I believe my photography helps humanize a business, and that is through the visual storytelling aspect. Welcome to Fields of Growth Chronicles. This is the place where we dive deep into inspiring stories behind entrepreneurs, creatives, and industry experts who understand the power of branding, storytelling, and scaling. Today, I have Rob Shelley with me from Cahoot Creative. Rob, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, my name's Rob Shelley. I am the co-founder of Cahoot Creative. We're a deliberately small design agency. We cover all aspects, graphic design, branding, websites. We've been running 15 years this year. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
Great. As I said, the purpose of this chat is just to find out more about your business and how branding affects how you operate. Who Creative has a strong visual and verbal identity? What emotions or subconscious reactions are you intentionally trying to evoke in your audience? And how do you design your brand experience to achieve that?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think for us, we came out of a corporate and agency background and kind of wanted to be something a little bit different to that. So ultimately our brand is designed to sort of evoke trust and collaboration, clarity. I think we felt that there's a lot of agency waffle out there in our industry, and every sector's got its jargon, but in particular in the design world, and we just wanted to kind of cut through that noise, be really clear, straightforward communication, and just be really open and honest with clients. Obviously we take our work seriously, but we kind of don't take ourselves too seriously, and I think that's reflected in our branding, certainly in our logo. I think really great work happens when people feel comfortable and you can have a laugh with them. Rarely a day goes by when we don't sort of share a moment of levity with a client. And it helps to build strong relationships with them. I think life's too short to be serious all the time. Interestingly, sometimes we could be working with charities that tackle really difficult subjects. But a little lightness and sort of showing our humanity goes a long way. Ultimately, visually, our brand, we feel it reflects the professionalism, but our approachability. It's clean and modern. It's changed over the years. Like all good brands, we've kind of reduced it, removed elements. But I think for us, the key part is asking the right questions to a client. Making sure that we understand them as much as they understand us. And yeah, that's a real key thing for us is we feel it align. We align with their goals by finding out loads about them. And that is all as a result of being really approachable, really clear and honest. I don't want to say pulling the wool over people's eyes, but just being really kind of understandable. Yeah.
Sounds like you are transparent as a business, and that's what your clients would appreciate. The fact you're going after 15 years, you know what you're doing clearly, because as we know in terms of numbers, a lot of businesses don't make it past year 3, or even some fold after year 1. So 15 years is big testament to what you're doing over there. So branding isn't just about visuals, it's about perception. So when someone interacts with Cahoot Creative, what's one core belief or feeling you want them to walk away with, and how you structure your messaging and design to reinforce that?
It's a really good question again. So I think ultimately we want clients to walk away with a sense of confidence in us, that they're in safe hands, that we understand their project and what the problem is that they're trying to solve, and that we've actually got a clear solution for them. I think the way we achieve this. There's a couple of ways we achieve it. Our attention to detail. I think the fact that we are deliberately small means that we really give each client time and dedication that they and we need to fully understand what they're trying to do. It's very common in our industry now where a company will take the brief and then they'll fulfill overseas, or they'll just ship it out, sub that project out. We don't do that. We keep all of our work either in-house, or if it's something that we can't, we haven't got the skill set for, or whatever, we've got a trusted band of freelancers that we've worked with for years. And some of them are really top people in the industry. They love working with us because we've got a relationship with them. We've worked with them for sort of 30 years or so. Everything is managed by us. We will always be the main point of contact with a client. So they will speak to, a co-founder of the business. And I think this approach really helps with them trusting us, and really helps that kind of confidence that we're trying to get from them in that, we can run with their project, we can fulfill what they need. And our communication is really good. It's one of the key things we focused on. So many businesses get that wrong. So an email might come in, we might be busy, but we'll respond straight away and say, even if it's just got your email, thanks for that, leave it with us, we'll get back to you. That means that email for them has not gone into this big void where they're just waiting for.
So it sounds like customer care is a big thing.
It is. It's served us well over the years. People and clients have sort of highlighted that to us and said, oh, it's great. We always know that we're going to get a response. So, yeah, I think.
So it sounds like you do have the trust of your clients, and I guess that's why they come back.
Yeah, the customer loyalty is quite high with us, and they actually get clients evangelizing on your behalf, which is always a wonderful thing, because they're saying how good you are to other people that potentially could become clients,
and that can lead to further referrals. So it sounds pretty organic in terms of how you find business, because if you do, and you clearly are leaving an impression with your clients, they are going to refer you to their friends and associates, and it's the domino effect. That's how you build your standing as a long-standing business in this game. Again, I feel like I've got the right guy on today who can actually share how being in business is about people and just treating them as you would like to be treated. All right, so lastly from me, great brands create a sense of belonging. How do you use storytelling, design, and strategy to make your audience feel like they are in cahoots with you rather than just a client or a customer?
So obviously our name says it all. It was quite deliberate. That whole kind of being in cahoots was the idea that we work with our clients, not just for them. From the very first conversation to sort of final handover of a project, it's a real partnership with our clients. We stay in regular contact with them, ensuring that they're involved and supported every step of the way. Quite often it might be if it's a website and they're going to go on to manage it and manage the content. They know we're always on the end of the phone. We're quite free with advice. We're not always trying to jemmy another bit of work out of them. We're happy to kind of help, and they genuinely appreciate that. Some clients don't want to do it themselves, and they'll put us on a retainer and send work over, and we do that in a very timely fashion. Other clients will want to do it all themselves, and then you get people kind of down the middle that will do a bit themselves, but they know that they've always got us in the background that will support them.
I was saying about it being in cahoots, it's almost like a collaboration. When you onboard the client, they feel like there is some flexibility and you do adjust accordingly to their needs.
Yeah, very much. And I think going back to what I said earlier, it's all about asking those thought-provoking questions so that you really understand what they're about. And often that's more than just the project we're discussing. It's finding out more about them as a business, what their aims and objectives are long term beyond that given project. And I think we've often been told we kind of aren't really asked the right questions, even if it's like a flyer design or something, and they've got an idea of what they want. We won't just do what they say. We'll actually push back and answer and say, well, hang on a minute, who's your audience? Who is this talking to? Are there ways that we can improve this to actually get this flyer to deliver results for you? And I think sometimes we've been told before, you ask a lot of questions. Like, yeah, but it's actually a really good way to find out what you're about. And they realise, and sometimes it's a question they've never even thought of, and they're like, do you know what? That's a brilliant idea. Let's go with that.
That's really good. Anything that's thought-provoking, you're almost inviting people to think outside of the box. And it's not a generic kind of formulaic questionnaire that you're throwing at people. It sounds like you really want to get beneath the surface of the business, who their audience is, and help them boost their engagements. Ultimately, that's why we're in business. That's pretty much all for me. Where can people find you?
So you can find Cahoot Creative. We're at cahootcreative.co.uk. There's our website. We're also on all the usual social media channels. You can find us on Instagram. We do have an X account, which is not that often used anymore. We're even on TikTok. The best place for someone to reach us is through the website, or anyone can email me directly. It's just rob@cahootcreative.co.uk. Yeah, we'd love to hear it from anyone that would be interested in collaborating with us, or if they've got a project they think we can help them with. More than happy to have a chat.
All right, thank you. Please like, subscribe and share, and see you on the next video.